Major League Soccer is well into its season, and we return to the 23 as we also try to ease the gut-punching pain of Toronto FC's loss in the CONCACAF Champions League Final. More, Real Madrid-Bayern preview, apparently, they haven't overcome it either. Atlanta United beat Montreal, 4-1. Miguel Almiron is a special talent. The 24-year-old is building off his incredible debut season by blowing up the league to the tune of 6 goals and 5 assists in 8 outings. Feel fortunate he's amongst our time zones for a while. Chicago Fire ruled Toronto, 2-2. Bastian Schweinsteiger had a penalty kick saved by Alex Bono, but found a way past the Syracuse backstop as the Fire rebounded from a 2-0 deficit at BMO Field to keep their CONCACAF Champions League wounds exposed to the elements. What's troubling about Chicago's inconsistent start is just one clean sheet through 7 matches. Yes, scoring is up, but Veljko Paunovic needs to sort out his backline even if Fernando Torres winds up coming to Illinois. Colorado Rapids lost to Orlando City, 2-1. The Rapids have been hurt by having 5 of their first 7 matches on the road, but don't let that be an excuse for poor passing. Colorado has to do better with the ball, connecting on a paltry 73.8% of their passes. It happens when you're chasing games and goals, and away from home, no doubt, but still, find a way. No one wants to see the Rapids on their schedule. Their 22 yellow cards tied for a league high and 15.1 fouls per game also pacing the field. Colorado only has 2 players with multiple goals. Dominique Bodji has 5 and Joe Mason 2. Columbus Crew beat San Jose, 2-1. Only KC and NYCFC have had more of the ball than Greg Berhalter's men, and now they are back to turning that 55% possession into goals. The Crew have 4 goals in 2 matches after scoring just once on a 3-match losing streak. FC Dallas lost at NYCFC, 3-1. Oscar Pareja's men fall from the rank of the unbeaten in just their second away match of the season. FCD has been remarkably good at winning 50-50 battles, and would have fared better than a 2-goal loss had they not wasted a handful of very good chances. DC United lost at Philadelphia, 3-2. Only Vancouver is averaging fewer shots per game than DC's 8.7, and the Black and Red was outshot a stunning 23-4. You're not going to hit that 50% success rate too often, and to burn it in a 3-2 loss is almost funny. MLSsoccer.com. Houston Dynamo lost at Minnesota, 2-1. We knew Houston's attack would go as Rommel Kyoto, Albert Ellis, and Mauro Manotas went, but we're positive the trio was expecting a bit more help than it's received so far. They've combined for 9 goals and 6 assists, the rest of the team has 6 and 4. More, MLS things. The Archive, LAFC beat Seattle, 1-0. Just 3 teams are averaging better than 2 points per game, and Bob Bradley's LAFC is among the trio following a stoppage time win at their shiny new home. We should have known they'd win, they never lost at home. LA Galaxy lost to New York Red Bulls, 3-2. Sigi Schmid's men are woefully inconsistent, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic just may lose his mind soon, and certainly deserves some of the blame this week. But if he's going to keep making otherworldly passes like this, we're going to keep watching. Look closely at how he reacts to hitting this bit of gorgeousness. He knew. Minnesota United beat Houston, 2-1. Rasmus Schuler, the 26-year-old Finnish midfielder, leads the league in tackles per game with 6, and rebounded from his worst match of the season to post 9 in a 2-1 win over Houston that moved the Loons into 7th. Schuler's also second in the league in fouls committed, 2.9, and has been dribbled past a good amount, but credit plenty of that to activity. Montreal Impact lost at Atlanta, 4-1. The Impact have allowed 16 goals in 4 straight losses, quite a change from the vibes after Remy Gard won consecutive 1-0 decisions over Toronto and Seattle. No easy wins. Despite the scoreline this weekend, the Impact led late before falling apart. Troubling times. Spare a thought for Victor Cabrera, who has a league-best 5.1 interceptions a game and probably would appreciate not having to make so many. New England Revolution beat Sporting KC, 1-0. Brad Friedel is defying all doubters in his first senior managerial gig, with 1 loss in 7 outings following an opening day setback. The latest, a 1-0 win over Sporting KC, is among the more impressive. New York City FC beat FC Dallas, 3-1. Atlanta might be on pace for the East's top spot, but did the Five Stripes have an international legend score his 400th goal this weekend? David Villa, everybody. New York Red Bulls won at LA Galaxy, 3-2. Of the players who really matter to Jesse Marsh's unit, only Bradley Wright Phillips, 33, is older than 25. RBNY keeps pumping out solid performances from players who made their names in the academy. Kyle Duncan, now on IR, in college ball, Florian Ballard of Ryder, then grown in USL, or both, Sean Davis and Alex Moule. Model. What's another fine sign of Marcia's brilliance? New York has 5 goals off set-piece plays, a league-best figure. Here's a worrying number though. While the Red Bulls are playing the 4th fewest long balls per game, and they are connecting on a league-worst 70.4 passing. Orlando City won at Colorado, 2-1 winners of 5 straight. Jason Kreis Lions have gotten to know each other. Maybe no one more than Yoshimar Yotun. The Peruvian has a goal or an assist in 4 of the 5 wins. Left-back Mohamed El Munir has also been a revelation. The Libyan national team is in the mix for a sneaky early season MLS Best 11. Portland Timbers by those ready to heap judgment on Gio Savarese's tenure as Timbers boss have been dismayed by a pair of wins. We know home cooking matters in MLS, and he's won both of those so far. Points in 4 of 5, 2. Philadelphia beat DC United 3-2, ending a run of 1 goal in 5 games is good, and the 3-goal performance was fit for their 2nd win of the season. Lee isn't getting star turns from anyone, though Alejandro Bedoya is perhaps quietly having a decent season. Real Salt Lake lost at Vancouver, 2-0. Mike Petca's men seem a perfectly average MLS side. They've won their last 3 at home, and dropped their last 3 on the road. But the clean sheet loss means RSL has scored just over a goal per game in a league which is feasting on goalkeepers. San Jose Earthquakes lost at Columbus, 2-1. Consecutive road losses mean Michael Starr's men remain winless since opening day. It's hard to get a read on them, but this stretch against Portland, Minnesota, and Vancouver will tell us a lot. Seattle Sounders lost at LAFC, 1-0. The Sounders have scored in 2 games despite Nicolas Lodero averaging a hardly real 4.2 key passes per game. Those are the only 2 matches in which they've gotten points. They've done it without Jordan Morris in the past, but it's not happening this year. Then again, a lot of Sounders are hurt and there's a lost year vibe coming from much Rave Green right now. Sporting KC lost at New England, 1-0. The 7-match unbeaten run ends on the road against what is probably a pretty decent side, and there's no shame in that. Our own resident SKC expert says keep an eye on Kiri Shelton. From everything I've seen from Urania, this is a lofty and wonderful comparison for the forward. Toronto FC lost CONCACAF Champions League Final and PKs drew Chicago, 2-2. The MLS Cup Final hangover is a thing, as both TFC and Seattle are worst in the league at .67 points per game. This was a bad week for TFC, who built leads in 2 very different settings and couldn't seal the deal. Toronto came back from a quick deficit in the CCL Final only to lose in penalty kicks, and then went ahead 2-0 against visiting Chicago before tossing that advantage aside in a draw. Vancouver Whitecaps beat RSL, 2-0. The Caps rebounded from a 3-match losing skid punctuated by a 6-0 beatdown against KC to win against the Utah set, but watch this 3-match run for a possible hot streak. If Vancouver can topple Minnesota, Houston, and San Jose, only the Loons matches away, it can build some breathing room for the tougher stretches. Follow at Nicolas